Adorable collectibles or useful commodities? Why not both? With such a vast collection to offer, Creatures of Sonaria plushies are criminally underrated for their usefulness in-game. Each plushie offers a unique boost to your experience in-game. For example, the Void plushie offers an additional 10% increase in maximum damage per plushie. With 2 plushie slots per creature, that's a maximum of 20% extra damage. Plushies aren't limited to statistics either. If you're a collector like myself, there are 2 plushie exclusive mutations including Bewitched and S'more that may interest you. This video guide will cover every plushie in the game so far, outlining each of their average values, obtainment method, as well as their abilities. The plushies will be divided into 5 main categories in chronological order per subcategory, only for events, and listed from highest to lowest values. For your convenience, I have also added timestamps to each category which can be found in the video description below. But without further ado, let's get right into the specifics. With so many plushies introduced per event, there ought to be useful abilities for the player base to enjoy. Most of the highly valued plushies will have sought after abilities that give players an edge in combat. These expensive plushies are unstable in value, but will lower once their respective events roll around. If you're able to, I recommend waiting for the event when looking for a specific plushie rather than overpaying. The Valentines plushies have low values due to the event being fairly recent. It would be possible to find these plushies for even lower prices at the time of publishing this video, but ones like Swan and Heart may rise faster due to their abilities being quite sought after. It was personally quite difficult finding a seller for the Easter plushies, with the Cow and Chick plushies taking the most amount of my time and mushrooms. Although the value of these 2 plushies are only around 3,000 to 5,000 mush, it is quite difficult to find people willing to trade. Another popular item from this event would be the Eggshell plushie, which has a useful ability that may benefit mutation hunters as it can increase the nesting rates of species by 50%. The Void plushie was introduced during the last Land Sea Sky event and is one of, if not the most sought after plushie for competitive players. Mentioned earlier in the introduction, this plushie increases the damage of creatures by 10% and can stack up to 20% if equipping 2. Only 3 plushies were introduced during the Summer Paradise event. With similar values and demand, these plushies are somewhat easy to trade for. I was able to find each of these plushies for 2,000 to 3,000 mush. There were a total of 7 different plushies introduced for Halloween, with the Pig Lantern and Magic Frog plushies being the most popular plushies from this event. The additional 0.5 offensive burn ability makes the Pig Lantern plushie an effective combat weapon for ankle biters. The Magic Frog plushie, on the other hand, increases your chance of obtaining the exclusive Bewitched Halloween mutation, which can be useful for mutation hunters. Harvest was a 2-part event that introduced 3 plushies to Creatures of Sonaria. The Jammy Slug plushie, being the most popular plushie from this event, can reach values upwards of 10,000 mushrooms due to its high demand. The Winter event introduces a total of 9 different plushies for collectors to obtain. The Snowman plushie, having a notable ability of freezing creature age, is useful for players who prefer to play as a creature with low age. With 3 unique gachas and a total of 9 different plushies to collect, this category will cover all the current permanent plushies. If you're not willing to spend thousands of mush on event plushies, this category is a cheap and accessible alternative that doesn't require any trading. Costing from 100 up to 1,500 mushrooms per spin, you will be able to get your hands on a unique plushie with a potentially helpful ability. Your cheapest option, costing only 100 mushrooms, offers the Ocean Wing, Magicorn Prongbug and Horned Beetlefly plushies. Personally, I would say the Magicorn Prongbug plushie is the most useful out of these three, increasing health regeneration by 10%. The Plant Gacha holds quite a useful plushie, the Succulent plushie, which increases all movement speed by 2.5%. The Rock and Stick plushies are also decent for only costing 500 mushrooms, both increasing the stamina of creatures. The Airix plushie, being the rarest gacha plushie with a low 7.14% chance of being obtained, has the highest demand and value out of all gacha plushies. Especially useful for mutation hunters, the Airix plushie lowers growth time of species by 10% and can be stacked up to 20%. There are currently 3 different plushies that you can obtain from codes, including the Small Cat, Ember Spirit and Astral Quetzal plushies. The Astral Quetzal plushie is currently unobtainable, but the Small Cat and Ember Spirit plushies can be redeemed by entering their respective codes during campfire streams on the official Creatures of Sonaria Discord. The Small Cat plushie gives players a 10% chance to obtain the unique S'more mutation, being stackable. The newly introduced mission plushies include the Seal, Spring Bok Choy, and Arcane plushies. These plushies will rotate every week and will have a slightly lower value compared to a full mission unlock token, so about 1,500 mushrooms. Since the Spring Bok Choy and Arcane plushies are not yet out on their rotation, I will be using their concept art. Currently, the Milo plushie is the only plushie obtained from buying UGC. Purchasing UGC items such as Yosog antlers, Minawi head, redesign, and Suturus wings will automatically give you a Milo plush upon rejoining the game. And that is every single plushie in Creatures of Sonaria so far. Please consider leaving a like and subscribing if you found this video helpful. I have also made a Discord server seeing some of you were requesting one, so feel free to join and ask me questions there. I will also be reading comments on you guys' suggestions, so please leave your thoughts below on what kind of videos you would like to see next. With that out of the way, this is Sidelines Part 3 of the Ultimate Guide series. Please do enjoy the rest of your day.